And Mika, I don't know, you say even more disturbing than that,
yeah.
But that film about Jameis Winston that's coming out, that anybody that looks at that film and looks at the witness knows that something horrible went wrong, including a cover-up in Tallahassee. I just said it, a cover-up in Tallahassee. I'll say it again, a cover-up in Tallahassee. You better run for cover. You really better run for cover, because it's coming after you. I have never seen anything as disgusting as that film.
So he's a Florida
on-campus rape.
State student and football player who was with the NFL draft this weekend.
Well, that's the disturbing part, and that's the news angle on this. The #1 draft pick. After all the talk about the NFL this last fall, they're going to look at character. That character was going to count finally, and not just athletic prowess. You know, I read an article, I think it was, I forget what magazine it was in after the Mayweather fight, where it said Jesus doesn't care about muscle mass, talking about Mayweather. Well, the NFL doesn't care about rape charges or character. If you look at what happened with Jameis Winston, again, I don't know, Willie, again, you were out. This guy tweeted pictures, I think, or Instagrammed pictures right after being drafted #1, after having all of these charges, not allegations. Look at the tape. Look at the film. Look at the witness. Look at her parents. Look at the events, the hunting ground. Look at what she did right after being raped. She immediately went to the hospital, immediately got DNA evidence, immediately. And Jameis Winston walked, and now he's the #1 draft pick in the NFL. This is really? And then what did he do right after he got drafted?
Well, remember he had that incident last season where he stole crab legs from a grocery store down there in Tallahassee. And the picture he Instagrammed right after having been drafted #1 was a picture of him with a plate of crab legs, kind of an FU, I think, or maybe a joke, whatever it was. But, but this movie, The Hunting Ground, is going to be explosive when people get a chance to see it, because we've only heard one side of that story. And it's been the Jameis Winston side, it's been the Florida State side, and now she's finally coming out, and we're getting to hear her voice.
Incredible. Well, I watched it with my daughter over the weekend. It is an incredible report. And she's, it's impossible. It's impossible to believe that nothing happened to her.
It's impossible to watch her.
Sorry.
It's impossible to watch her parents. It is impossible to look at the events without looking at Winston and looking at the people in Tallahassee who let this young girl down, who was shoved into a bathroom and her face shoved into the floor and raped. And nobody supported her in Tallahassee, because they had a national championship they wanted to win. Anyway, #1 draft pick.
So we'll talk a lot more about
this. #1 draft pick. Thank you, NFL. Thank you, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You've shown once again that character does not matter to our children. I didn't watch much NFL this past year. I'm probably going to watch none of it next year.
The NFL showed they've learned nothing.
They've learned absolutely nothing.
Everything.
Absolutely nothing. A guy with a series of incidences gets the most. You can't get better than being the #1 draft pick in the NFL.